Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Business Over Breakfast. Hey, Lori.
Hey, Ben. Good morning, everyone. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I was just thinking, I'm looking out at the water in Patuxent Village, and you can see the calm before the storm. I mean, we're not getting a big storm, right? But it just
Yeah.
so New England. It's so calm. It's all icy and snowy. It just looks great. Yeah. I'm
Uh,
sure a lot of people would be like, that sounds horrible. But
Lori, I have a surprise for you.
you do?
I do. Our guest is here.
Yay! Oh,
Yeah,
I'm so happy about that. All
me
right,
too.
Jeanette.
Yeah,
Wow.
why don't you give a little introduction?
All right, this is great. So Jeanette and I met a number of years ago when I was doing a yoga book project, and I got to know her. And one of the beauties of social media, so my business is social media. The beauty of social media is Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It lets you see the growth and the change in someone's life. And Jeanette is the epitome of that. So I am going to bring her on. I feel like there's almost too much to say about the wonderfulness and the bittersweetness that she has been through over the last 2 years. But yeah, I'm so happy that Jeanette is here with us.
All
Great.
right. Hi, Jeanette.
Hi. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you for that introduction, Lori.
Oh my goodness, it's so good to see you.
So good to see you.
So
Uh,
sorry, Ben.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. I just wanted to say I'm looking down. I'm just sharing the show out to different groups and stuff. So please go ahead.
Oh, great. Thank you. So and then at the end of the show, you'll get your own little video snippet. But I know that you are a master on video because I watched your amazing dance the other day. I was like, oh my God, I just love this. Yeah.
Listen, like exhausted and so unmotivated right now. I gotta do something.
Yeah, well, we do jumping jacks in our office. I say, all right, up 25 jumping jacks, and then we go back to work.
It worked. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, I'm gonna go work out and then
that's good. So tell us a little bit about, well, give us your name, your company, and just give us the background of how you moved into Herbs and Milk and this beautiful new company you have.
Great. All right. Yeah, I love telling the story because, like you said, it's a pretty bittersweet one. But my name is Jeanette Mollis. I'm the owner of Herbs and Mylk, and it's a handmade organic skin company. So everything is made by me. In my home right now, I've got my sweet little downstairs that my husband fixed up for me because I just kind of overtook the entire upstairs, and my husband and kids were just like, can you like get out of here? I definitely didn't go into starting this business expecting it to be where it's at only 5 months in. So I'm like, oh, I'll be fine up here for a little, but it really took off, and we're really blessed and excited. Our journey has definitely been a tough one. We've been with many challenges over the past 4 years, and it really taught us how to be a team and really set the foundation for the rest of our marriage. And from the time, trying to get pregnant, we couldn't get pregnant. We tried for a while, and due to my endometriosis, I only have half of my reproductive system. So it was a pretty devastating situation to be told at such a young age that we weren't going to be able to get pregnant. And, we tried IVF and it failed, and, more devastation. And then a month later, I got pregnant naturally. And it was just like the
Isn't that interesting? That's so
miracle.
sweet. I hear so many stories about people that are looking to adopt for years and years, and then they say, let's just let it go, and or they find this beautiful child that they want to adopt, and then the pregnancy happens.
Yes, I know. It's
It's
crazy.
so interesting. I didn't realize that that the growth of your business came from such a longer history there. I was thinking that Mikey was the beginning of it. So yeah, let's go.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I always, even when I was pregnant, I'm like, I've waited so long for this baby. How am I going to be at work full time and not take
Yeah.
every moment with my son that I've waited years for?
Yeah.
So, then he finally came into the world. And then a week later, we just got some devastating news that he was born with SCID, which is severe combined immunodeficiency, and he was born without an immune system. And I'm a phlebotomist at Women and Infants, and it's actually, I do that every morning for a living, the test on babies that picked up his disease. And we weren't even waiting for test results because the things that you test for in the newborn screening are so rare. So when I got the phone call and said that it came back positive for SCID, it was earth shattering. And from that point on, it was full blown, mama mode. You just anything to protect your child. And I'm a planner. If you
I remember, I remember the call for donors.
Yes.
I mean, social media was incredible. So the call for donors, the support going back and forth to Boston the whole time, and then the testing where, making progress. I mean, I was with you, and I saw hundreds of other people just, it's a beautiful thing. And I'm sure outside of social media, there's so much more.
The community, the way the community came together for my family, brought me to tears almost daily. I just, people that I had met throughout my life, randomly, even dating back to like kindergarten, I was put back, it was just amazing. People, donating funds to us because we were out of work for 18 months,
Yeah.
and just reaching out. And if they couldn't donate money, they were giving so much love and support. And then, signing up to be his donor. I mean, over 2,000 people in Rhode Island signed up alone just to donate for him. And his donor actually.
And it's incredible. And so as yogis, like the yoga community also was just so present. It was really amazing to watch. And I only got it from the outside.
It was, it was almost hard to receive because we were just like, whoa, we were overwhelmed by the support and the love. And we were like,
oh, I got to tell you. So I said to Ben, I have this really great quote that I wanted to read.
Yeah.
And I didn't know when it would come up, but I feel like when you read something and you realize like, oh, this could be the time. So this beautiful idea of like is good for everybody to think about. And it's about business, but it is about having the capacity. And a coach in Vancouver, a friend of mine, Hiro Bogo, she is such a beautiful woman. Her writing is perfection. So I'm going to read this, and it's a little edited. For now, your job is to remind every part of yourself that you are safe, cared for, loved, cherished, and provided for. Remind yourself that, and you'll feel a shift from worry and the experiences of trauma. Then you can act on those strategies, fulfill your desires, and maintain the capacity to receive it all. You become your own story maker.
Yeah.
And that,
gosh, I know.
but I think that's what we deal with, right? Like the capacity, like we see it, we know what we want, but do we have the capacity to take it in and kind of watch the unfolding of it? And that's why I'm so excited to see you today, because I watched Herbs and Mylk start up, and Ben, he's social media guy. Like we're watching, and your work has been so amazing. So tell us why you started the company, what the name of the company is, and like how you made that shift from being being a mom and a phlebotomist, and now being a developer of this beautiful product.
Yeah. So it was it was kind of like a manic decision at first because I you know
We
I,
can relate to that.
you know it just really came where I'm gonna
Yeah.
became naturally a super germaphobe, okay, in our household, everything. And um I didn't want to put chemicals on my son or in our house, so I just really was thinking of ways to keep everybody clean and healthy, but in a safer way. So I experimented with things. I'm like, you know what, we spend all of this money on high quality skincare and cleaning products, and I'm like, I'm just going to learn how to make it myself. That I've got the time. I mean, there's really never enough time when you're a mom, but I did have some time. And you know people are like, your stuff is so beautiful, like you should just sell it, see, make it a little side thing. I'm like, okay, so then I put it up one day, and then boom, it just it took off. Herbs and Mylk. I mean, it was the title. I mean, the name of my business came from the herbs that I was using, obviously, in the products. The lavender, the chamomile, rose, calendula, like all of that. And I'm like, all right, so I use herbs, so that's going to be in there. I want people to know
Yeah.
what we're using. And I use a lot of goat's milk and coconut milk, and I was like, all right, herbs and Mylk. And I just put a twist on it with the Y instead of an I in milk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, all right. And I'm usually just so bad with coming up with things like that, but it really just it came to me, and I was super excited about it.
I think it's amazing. And actually, I need to place my second order because I love, particularly the one things that I'm using are the face oil.
Yes.
So looking good, right? and
Oil.
and the scrub, like the soapy scrub in the shop. Oh my God, I just love it. I've given it to all my friends and my family. And so, but like, look for Valentine's Day, the little hearts, the little soap hearts.
Massage bars. Those are really, we've got chocolate whipped scrub. So it's actually made with real organic cacao, which has so many skin benefits. Yeah, we've got quite the collection going on. I'm pretty much sold out of all of my Valentine's soaps. I do have the sweet chocolate left.
Nice.
Which I thought for sure was going to be the first to go. You always think like, oh, this is going to be it. And then it really ends up being like a different product that people really love. But yeah, so, we've got some of the sweet chocolate soaps left, and I'm currently working on the spring collection, which I'm really excited about. Lots of bright colors, and
I'm always jumping in, but I'm trying not to, so Ben can jump in, because I feel like I'm always like, I got a lot of questions for you.
No, I love it. First of all, hi Jeanette. No, that was so first of all, your story is incredible. Obviously, a lot of hardship, but a lot of hope in there. And I think that, when you use so when you have such an incredible story and you use it for such good and to help other people, I was just looking up some of the stuff and the articles about everything, and it's incredible. And then to look at what you have on your site and what you've done with the herbs and milk, like, this is incredible. And you've done so much, and it's really beautiful. Like, looking at those products, they're incredible. And I want to immediately, when this is done, go buy some stuff for some friends for Valentine's Day on there. That, like, how do you go from, what's the motivation, right, to go from such personal struggles, turmoil, hope, uh, to building a business, right? Because that's sort of there would be a tendency to hold on and to not, stick your head out and not try anything new and just sort of keep your head down and hold your son and keep going.
The motivation
So
is,
yeah.
behind everything is always my family, my husband, my kids, because I have 2 step boys as well. And the motivation behind everything that I do is always them. What can I do to benefit them and to give back to the community that gave so much to us, and you just use your skills, because there's I think it might just be my personality. I can't bury my head. I'm a planner, and I just like to go forward, and I like to take what we've been through as a lesson and motivation, and to not take life for granted, and figure out how to give back so much of what was given to us. And monthly we do donations as well. So December we did donations to Boston Children's Hospital, the transplant unit where he was. We did 5%. And then the following month was Be the Match. And then this month is Skid Angels for Life. And that's a support group that I found at the beginning of our skid journey. And I don't know mentally where I would be without that support.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So
I love the business concept of taking a percentage and making sure that, I know for Visual Thrive, for our business, we take a percentage and donate to Rhode Island NPR, because we're so much about the Rhode Island community. But I'm curious, like, from how, so a lot of times when I coach businesses, I see when someone is a solopreneur, let's say, so they kind of watch their income in their business go up, so that the income in the business that funds them normally starts to go down. And then there becomes a point in time when that person will say, all right, I'm taking the leap. I'm only doing this. I'm not doing that thing anymore. I kind of like crossed the bridge here.
Yeah.
So have you gotten to that point? You said you were working at Women and Infants. I'm just curious, like, where are you in that trajectory?
Pretty much.
Or if that's secret information.
I quit. No.
Who knew we were gonna be the platform for you giving your resignation?
I think I really just enjoy my job at Infants. So it's definitely something that's been hard to like try and let go of, just because they have been so phenomenal.
Yeah.
They really supported my family through the hardest time. And I enjoy my job as a phlebotomist. I love working in the hospital and seeing moms have their new babies. It really does fill me up. And to do the newborn screening, the test that saved my son's life. So I work there, and I do herbs and milk full time. So I do, 10 to 10 hours a week at the hospital, and herbs and milk is full time. It has totally been able to pay my bills and allow me to build a little bit of a savings, and it's a scary leap. It's scary because there's so much unknown.
Learn to leap.
Yeah, right.
That's my new book. Oh, that's so cool.
It's really scary, especially when you have a family.
Oh shit! I just tipped my coffee over, and I just swore on TV.
My hands, it's gonna get knocked over.
It's fine. It's the internet. Not a big deal. Also, I've had my water bottle uncapped this entire time, and I've been very afraid that it's going to get knocked over. Going back for a second while Lori cleans up, Yeah, just use papers. Just don't even look at what they are. Just like
Okay.
wipe it up with some contracts. It's all good. It's all good. Uh, going going back to the percentage of the business thing that we were talking about a minute ago. You know, like 5 or 6 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, I think it was Biz Stone, the co-founder of Twitter, said philanthropy is the future of marketing. And some people understood what he said, and some people took it as a negative thing, right? Like that philanthropy is going to be a marketing trick, and nobody really cares about the organizations that they are helping. They're just giving money, and they're fixing the world and stuff as a not as an altruistic thing, but as a selfish thing. And I don't think that that's true. I think that he was right when he said that philanthropy is the future of marketing. And I think that it's both things like taking 5% and giving it to a children's hospital, or giving it to a cause that you believe in, and I think that that's great. But I think that eh, you know first of all, you never know what the story is behind the company doing that.
Right.
And number two, um it's always about being a good person, right? So the number one thing on that for me um is that it shows that you're leading with empathy, and it shows that that you care about something other than just yourself and the bottom line, and it gives you an opportunity to really show what you care about. So I love the idea of businesses using that, giving that, and it also makes people it does help. Like, nobody's gonna lie if you say, hey, everything that you buy this week, we're giving 20%, like a restaurant, right?
Right.
If they do like a booster for a school, they're gonna get more business that day, sure. But it's a wonderful way to do that, because you are including the community, you're including the people that would buy your product anyway, in helping something that's a good cause. And that's always a good cause, right? Like, doing the right thing is always the right thing, no matter what.
For sure. And it's just
um
important for me to it's a way of me expressing my gratitude for everything, for the nurses, the doctors, the donors, the community, the just everything. It's just a way for me to give back and always show how forever grateful we are for everything and everybody.
yeah, I had a friend whose son was born like 5 months premature, or something really serious. And they spent so much time at the Ronald McDonald House, and at Hasbro. Um, and then he like started climbing mountains for March of Dimes afterwards, and really made that like a huge part of his life, giving back to all of that. And I think that it's huge to show your gratitude to the people that helped you.
For sure.
That's awesome.
And our kids give us a totally different strength. I mean, it's really unbelievable. When I feel like I am just at my worst, like, what am I doing? I'm going to fail. Am I fucking crazy? You know what I mean? Or if I'm just really presented with a tough situation or just anything, I honestly take myself back and I'm like, look at the shit that my son got through. Okay? At
Yeah.
6 months old. Like, I can do this. You know what I mean? What he got through, what we got through as a family, it really, when you're a parent and you go through something tragic like that, a lot of the times you come out feeling like you can handle pretty much anything. Because
Right.
your kids, I mean, it's no joke. It's probably the worst thing that you can be presented with, and, if you feel like you can get through that, then everything else just kind of seems like a walk in the park.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
All right. So do you feel like up for a lightning round this morning?
Or
Yeah. It's just 1 minute.
Let's do it. I love that.
Oh, we can't hear you, Ben.
I made that in like 30 seconds before we started, so that's going to improve every week. All right, are you ready for the lightning round?
Yes.
All right, here we go. So, what is the biggest business shift you made in the last year?
The entire thing. Coming downstairs from the kitchen.
That sounds great. What is your business's flagship offer? The thing you do the most?
Our bar soaps, the cold process soaps.
Cold process soaps. Cool. What's the best way for a customer to find and hire you or find and buy from you?
Social media. The Instagram is Herbs and Mylk. The website is herbsandmylk.com. We also have an app, Herbs and Mylk.
App, Herbs and Mylk. I have it on my phone.
Oh, cool, right?
Yeah. We like apps. All right. And is there a quick story you could tell us? I know you've had great stories about one of your best wins last year.
Ooh, gosh, I don't know.
Sorry, and I was talking too much as usual.
Go ahead. You have 1 minute for your win.
All right. What was the best win in the last year?
Honestly, just raising enough money to donate to the transplant unit. I set a goal and we reached that goal, and that was amazing.
Cool. All right. Since we have some time, I'm going to ask you the last question. Number 5. If you were hired for the coolest gig, or if you got the coolest gig in your business, what would it be?
Oh man. I would have to say that it's like along the lines of like, wedding or like baby shower, just to do favors or bridal gifts. That would be super cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I know Luke Renshin's out there. Last week we had the Rhode Island Wedding Coalition. And so if they're listening, that would be
hey.
Yeah, let's put you in with the Rhode Island Wedding Coalition. That's a done deal. That's happening.
Like a no-brainer.
Yeah, we'll send them your contact info.
Bring people together.
And stuff, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to do a few dance moves just to get us out the door?
Yeah, the floor is yours.
Wait.
Go for it, girl.
Find me on TikTok.
I was just going to say, where was this dancing video? Was it on TikTok?
Yeah, it's on TikTok.
All right.
You got to follow that, because that that's where
great.
Really starts to get a little weird.
It made me so happy. Dancing is, I make Scott dance with me every Saturday night. And it's just like, crank the music up. Like this is getting crazy.
My husband and I will just break out and dance randomly with the weirdest dance moves in the middle of the kitchen. And my son, he used to just look up at us but now he's starting to join. And I looked at my husband, I'm like, he is going to be a weird kid.
Oh, that's great. It was so great to see you and to share your story.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was so nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
Meet you.
Have a wonderful day.
You too. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Oh, she was amazing.
Yeah, I knew
that
it.
Was so fun. Yeah. Well, and now I know why we didn't hear from her before, because she's doing a million different things.
I know.
So that's awesome. How are the books going, Lori, before we leave?
Books are going great. I'm surprised that I shouldn't say I'm surprised they're selling. I see that they're selling, and I go onto Amazon and check, and I would love to know every single person that's buying the book. So if you are listening and you're reading the book, tell me about it. I'd love to talk to you about it. It's very personal, and it also has a lot of coaching. I have used my life as a coaching experiment in the book.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait I need to get it, because I need to read it.
I'm
Um,
fine.
are you doing an audiobook? I'm not the most I don't tend to read as much as I listen to audiobooks. Are you doing an audiobook?
I am going to do an audiobook. And it was, as soon as I finished the book and launched it, I got sick. So I was kind of down and out with the flu, not COVID, tested negative. And so I'm still in I'm in my book launch. So I want to do the audiobook, and then I'll try and start getting the book out into different groups. I'd love to do a book club, because I think that you have to talk about this kind of stuff. So I do a personal story, and then I do the kind of coaching understanding of what was happening in that story, and then I do personal. So it's like a half memoir, half learn from me and don't make the mistakes I made.
All right. Will you come on? We have guests lined up on here for the next month or so. Will you come on my new show, Chapter 2, to talk about your book?
Yes, I
Awesome.
will. Yeah.
Awesome. I started a new show yesterday.
Tell me about it. You're on a fiery roll.
So yeah, I started a new show yesterday. I had the idea. I commented on a networking post from somebody, and then I got a bunch, and I just said a little bit about myself. And then I got a bunch of DMs on Instagram asking if they could be on my podcast, and I've done one episode of that podcast, the new one. So I was like, I don't know you people. I don't you know what I mean? That was my first thought, like a wonderful person from England who was like, hey, I'm trying to do this clothing thing. Can I be on? And I was like, I'm thinking about these people, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to everybody for like a half hour to an hour. Like, I want to say yes to everybody, but I don't want to spend that much time with them because I don't know them, and I don't want to go through the process of vetting them and all of this stuff. I have a lot of other stuff that I'm still doing right now.
Yeah.
So I thought I would spend 5 minutes with that person, though.
Yeah.
So then I created the 5-minute show. And I had the idea yesterday to create the 5-minute show. I put out a tweet. I screenshot the tweet. I cleaned it up a little bit in Adobe. I put it out as an Instagram post and a Facebook story. I immediately got 15 more DMs about people that wanted to be on it. I said, absolutely. Everybody that asked, I said, yes, you can be on it. I started a schedule. I have a full week packed already with people who'll be on it. We did our first show last night, right? So you have an idea. You have an idea. Make something. Like, there should be no in between.
Right.
Don't spend too much time ideating.
Where does this show up?
So right now, this was live on my Facebook page, and then I immediately put it on Instagram for IGTV. And then I'm gonna put it out as a podcast as well. So it'll be on on Apple and Spotify and Stitcher and iHeartRadio and Amazon, everything like that. And I'm not putting any parameters on it. I have somebody for every day of the week right now, but I'm not. I think I have 2 recordings this afternoon. I'm not going to put any parameters on it. Lori, I would love for you to come on the 5-minute show.
I'm there. Just tell me.
It's kind of like the lightning round, right? Because you're like, okay, 5 minutes. The onus is on them. A friend of mine who is who's an animator for Fortnite and Cyberpunk and a bunch of other like really big video games. I've never talked to him about that stuff ever. Like, he lives in Florida now, but like, he's my roommate's friend. He's been in my house. Like, we have a very loose connection. And it was amazing. And I at the end of 5 minutes, I was like, I want to talk to you for 25 more. So I think that this is going to be a lot of fun. Please come on both. I want to get Scott on it too.
Yeah, if you want to talk to someone for 25 more minutes, book them on the morning show.
Exactly. Yeah.
Idea. So, this will be the long version of the 5-minute show.
Yeah. So that's been a lot of fun, and it will continue to be a lot of fun.
Very cool.
And a good networking way, right? So the goal is to talk to people I don't know.
Yeah.
I said yes to everybody, but
yeah,
exactly.
Use your skills and it works. And You do the work from your heart, and it's almost, the difference is people are coming to you. You say, I love this thing, I want to do it. And people are coming to you. You don't have to go out and search for that, which is kind of telling. It's really cool.
I'm excited. Good stuff coming from both of us, Lori.
Cheers. You don't have any more coffee.
I can't cheers with water. It's bad luck. I refuse. Here you go.
Oh, all right.
Here's an empty, here's a full bottle of champagne I still haven't opened. But yes, and I want to, parting words, get on Clubhouse. If you have an iPhone, get on Clubhouse. If you don't have somebody to let you in, put it on, download the app, reserve your spot, reserve your handle, and somebody that you're friends with, when they get an invite, they will let you on. They will see the list that says that you're waiting to be let in. Get on there. It is the single best way to network right now. If you are a professional, if you enjoy talking about history, science, photography, marketing, whatever, finance, whatever it is that you want to do, the rooms that you can be in, that you can be a fly on the wall in, you can raise your hand and you can have conversations with real people. Last night, I have literally become friends with big creative directors, for big marketing companies. Last night I was in a room and this guy he pinged me in to be in the room, and he said, "Hey, Ben, so Ben, you're the only person in here that doesn't know each other. So let me just explain. We all worked together before at a big marketing firm in California. We did mainly this group all worked together on the advertising for Hyundai and Kia. And now we added Kia." And I was like, "Well, I drive a Hyundai, and I I just started doing some very small marketing for a local Kia dealership. So, that's what I have to add to." And they were like, "That's amazing." And then we had like an hour and a half long conversation about
it is amazing. Yeah.
So, and now all of those people follow me on there. Get on Clubhouse if you can, Lori. I know that you're on there.
I know, it's amazing. And when you listen to people talking, it's just like you feel like you're in this alternative universe. Like they're just talking from everywhere about one subject. I'm getting my book group set
Good.
up to really talk to people around like taking the leap without fear and all of that. But yeah, it's amazing.
It's all live and it goes away immediately, right? It's like Snapchat on steroids. You cannot save it.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic. It's like podcasts, but to the next level. Thank you, Lori. I'm so happy. I can't wait to read your book. I'm going to go buy it right now.
That's all right. No, Ben, I'm going to send you one.
Well, I'll just buy it. I want to help. I'm going to buy it. Your numbers need to keep going up. So I'm going to buy it. Every little bit counts.
Okay, cool.
All right. Thank you, Lori.
Okay. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.